This is the next announcement by Echo Base Radio Blastland. Listen now to Chapter 9 of Season 2 of Blastland. This chapter is called The Submarine. Watch out for new Blastland podcasts at Spotify.
All systems ready. Admiral Kain, we're locked onto targets. Permission to engage, sir?
This is how it all began back. May 19, 2024, at 4:45 am. The day the world ended began deep within the cold, silent depths of the North Atlantic. Inside the dimly lit control room of the nuclear submarine Leviathan, Colonel Markus Kain stood alone, his stern face illuminated by the eerie green glow of the command console. This was no ordinary vessel. It was a relic of a bygone era, a nuclear-powered titan designed to survive and retaliate against the unimaginable. Kain, a man forged in the crucible of countless military conflicts, stared at the screen displaying a countdown. He had always known this moment would come. The world above was in chaos. Satellite feeds showed cities burning, nations crumbling, and the very fabric of civilization unraveling. Blastland, once just a term in classified files, was now becoming a grim reality. The crew, handpicked for their loyalty and silence, moved like shadows around him. They had been drilled for this moment, their purpose clear yet never spoken aloud. Their mission was to ensure that if the world was to end, they would be the ones to ignite the final spark. Admiral Kain's hand hovered over the launch key. The weight of the decision pressed down on him, but he remained resolute. This wasn't just about survival, it was about asserting dominance over what would come next. For too long, he had watched the world stumble blindly toward its doom. Now, he would be the one to push the button. A distant rumble shook the submarine, a reminder that the world above was disintegrating. Kain inserted the key and turned it with deliberate finality. The klaxon blared, and red lights bathed the room in a hellish glow. The missiles were primed, all systems ready. The weapons officer reported, his voice steady, betraying no emotion. Admiral Kain's thoughts were cold, calculating. He envisioned the new order that would rise from the ashes, a world reshaped by those who had the foresight and the ruthlessness to seize control in its darkest hour. He leaned forward and spoke into the microphone, his voice calm, almost serene. Fire! The submarine shuddered as the missiles launched, streaking upwards through the water, carrying with them the wrath of a dying world. Kain closed his eyes, listening to the distant thrum as the payloads ascended. This was it, the final act. The curtain was falling. Silence returned to the submarine, broken only by the steady hum of the engines. Kain stood motionless, the weight of his actions settling upon him. The world was ending, but from its ashes, something new would rise. Something better, and he would be there to shape it. For now, he would wait for the inevitable, wait for the world to burn, and wait for his time to emerge from the depths. The countdown to a new beginning had begun.
This podcast was made available by Echo Base Radio Blastland. Watch out for next podcasts at Spotify. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram. And stay safe.